The truth about why World War II happened. What sparked the deadliest conflict in human history? Let's dive in. World War II, spanning from 1939 to 1945, engulfed the globe in unprecedented violence and destruction. Nations around the world felt its impact, altering the course of history forever. The Treaty of Versailles imposed severe penalties on Germany after World War I. Harsh reparations, territorial losses, and military restrictions sowed deep resentment. This sense of humiliation and economic strain left Germany vulnerable to extremist ideologies, setting the stage for future conflict. The Great Depression of the 1930s devastated economies worldwide, causing widespread unemployment and poverty. This economic instability eroded public trust in democratic governments. Desperate for solutions, many turned to radical leaders promising quick fixes and national revival, destabilizing entire regions. Totalitarian regimes emerged as a result. Adolf Hitler in Germany, Benito Mussolini in Italy, and aggressive militarists in Japan capitalized on economic woes. They promised strong leadership and national rejuvenation, using propaganda and violence to suppress opposition and consolidate power. Hitler's ambitions for Germany included rearmament and territorial expansion. He sought to overturn the Treaty of Versailles and unite all German-speaking peoples. His aggressive foreign policies and invasions aimed to establish German dominance in Europe, setting the continent on a collision course with war. Hitler's ambitions drove Germany toward aggressive expansion, seeking to overturn the Treaty of Versailles and restore national pride. His vision for a greater Germany involved annexing territories with ethnic Germans and conquering lands for Lebensraum, or living space, in Eastern Europe. The appeasement policy adopted by European powers, particularly Britain and France, allowed Hitler to annex Austria and the Sudetenland without facing military opposition. This emboldened Germany and demonstrated that aggressive actions could proceed without significant international resistance. The League of Nations, established to maintain global peace, failed to enforce its resolutions and lacked the authority to curb aggression. Its inability to act decisively in conflicts like the invasion of Manchuria and the Italian conquest of Ethiopia undermined its credibility. Japan's invasion of Manchuria in 1931 and Italy's conquest of Ethiopia in 1935 highlighted the aggressive expansionist policies of totalitarian regimes. These actions demonstrated the weaknesses of international peacekeeping efforts and encouraged further aggressive moves by other nations. The Nazi-Soviet Pact of 1939 was a secret non-aggression agreement between Germany and the Soviet Union. This pact shocked the world, as the two ideologically opposed nations divided Eastern Europe into spheres of influence and prepared for their respective territorial expansions. Germany's invasion of Poland on September 1, 1939, marked the beginning of World War II. Utilizing blitzkrieg tactics, German forces swiftly overwhelmed Polish defenses, prompting Britain and France to declare war on Germany, igniting a global conflict. As nations chose sides, the Axis and Allied powers formed intricate alliances. Germany, Italy, and Japan spearheaded the Axis, while the Allies, led by Britain, France, and later the United States and Soviet Union, united against them. Japan's aggressive expansion continued unabated as they sought to dominate Southeast Asia and the Pacific. Their invasions of China, Indochina, and other territories exacerbated tensions, drawing international condemnation and setting the stage for broader conflict. The United States initially maintained a policy of isolationism, seeking to avoid entanglement in European and Asian conflicts. However, growing threats and economic ties with allied nations gradually eroded this stance, leading to increased involvement. The attack on Pearl Harbor on December 7, 1941, was a turning point. Japanese forces launched a surprise assault on the U.S. naval base in Hawaii, destroying ships and aircraft. This act of aggression galvanized American resolve and brought the U.S. into the war. Colonial struggles significantly influenced World War II, with many nations vying for dominance or independence. European powers like Britain and France faced resistance in their colonies, which disrupted their wartime strategies and contributed to the global complexity of the conflict. Ideological clashes were pivotal in World War II, pitting democracy against fascism and communism. These conflicting worldviews fueled intense rivalries and shaped alliances, driving nations to adopt extreme measures in the fight for their ideological survival and dominance. Technological advancements redefined warfare during World War II, introducing new weapons and tactics. Innovations like radar, jet engines, and atomic bombs drastically altered combat strategies, making the conflict more lethal and pushing the boundaries of military capabilities. Propaganda played a crucial role in World War II, shaping public opinion and morale. Governments used media to rally support, demonize enemies, and maintain national unity, demonstrating the immense power of information in influencing the course of the war. Human rights violations, such as the Holocaust, galvanized international action during World War II. The atrocities committed illuminated the horrific consequences of unchecked power, prompting nations to intervene and ultimately contributing to the establishment of post-war human rights frameworks. The desire to alter the balance of power motivated nations to engage in the conflict. Emerging powers sought to expand their influence, while established ones aimed to maintain dominance. This global struggle reshaped political boundaries and redefined international relationships. Join the conversation by liking, subscribing, and commenting on your thoughts about the major causes of World War II. Your insights can help us understand this pivotal moment in history and its lasting impact on today's world.